my God, wow, you're doing well today. On the wild child.
So when they say to you, Dad, what's greatness? Do you just tell them, look in my face?
Like that and that.
The athletics world has been left stunned after Usain Bolt, widely regarded as the greatest sprinter of all time, made a shocking revelation that has sent ripples through the track and field community. In a candid interview on PUMA's newly launched Go Wild podcast, the legendary Jamaican sprinter admitted he regrets retiring when he did, a confession that has left fans and competitors alike imagining what might have been. 8 years after hanging up his spikes following the 2017 World Championships, Bolt revealed he wishes he had continued competing for another Olympic cycle, potentially extending his unprecedented dominance to the Tokyo Games. This admission from the 8-time Olympic gold medalist and 11-time World Championship gold medalist has left even the podcast host, former hurdles legend Colin Jackson, I used to complain when I used to travel a lot, when I used to do track and field, but I do miss it. I do miss the competitions and going to the meets, competing, Bolt confessed during the 30-minute sit-down interview. I don't miss the training, but I do miss the competition and the World Championships.
I used to complain when I used to travel a lot.
Yeah.
When I used to do track and field. But I do miss it. I do miss the competitions and going to the meets, you know what I mean, competing. I don't miss the training, but I do miss the competition and the world championships.
Then came the bombshell that has sent shockwaves through the athletics community. If I'd known, it's not like I'm not enjoying the time, but I'd have probably gone 4 more years and say, you know what, let's try for Tokyo. But because I dominated so much, I was like, oh, I don't need to go. But I knew I was going to miss it so much, I'd say let's go 4 more years. This revelation is particularly significant considering Bolt's unmatched legacy in the sport. Despite retiring in 2017 at the age of 30, he still holds the world records in both the 100 meters, 9.58 seconds, and 200 meters, 19.19 seconds. Astonishing times that no other athlete has come close to challenging in the years since his departure. But wait, there is more. Bolt's career was defined by unparalleled dominance on the biggest stages. His journey from a cricket-loving child in the small Jamaican village of Sherwood Content to global superstardom represents one of sport's most remarkable ascents. His parents, Wellesley and Jennifer Bolt, guided him toward track despite his preference for cricket, a decision that would alter the course of sports history. He did want to be a cricketer, his father recalled, but we decide the future, and we said, well, I think it's best for him to do track. He finally accepted what we said, and he just went along with it. From his breakthrough as a 15-year-old at the 2002 World Junior Championships in Kingston, Jamaica, where he won the 200-meter gold against competitors 3 to 4 years older, Bolt's trajectory was extraordinary. That victory, in front of his home crowd, remained special to him. I became the lightning bolt of the world. That was still and will always be my greatest moment. First time I won a proper gold medal, and it was in front of my people. That's where it all started. After early disappointment at the 2004 Athens Olympics, where he failed to advance past the first round while battling injuries, Bolt hired Jamaican trainer Glenn Mills. Together, they focused on the 2008 Beijing Olympics, where Bolt would deliver one of the most iconic performances in Olympic history, winning 3 gold medals, 100 meters, 200 meters, 4x100 meters relay, in world record times. His dominance continued through the 2012 London Olympics and the 2016 Rio Games, where he completed his triple-triple, winning the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 meters relay in 3 consecutive Olympics. Though the 4x100 meter relay gold from Beijing was later stripped due to teammate Nesta Carter's doping violation, Bolt's individual achievements remain unmatched. The only major blemish on his championship record came at the 2011 World Championships in Daegu, South Korea, where he was disqualified from the 100-meter final for a false start. This came after the introduction of the controversial one false start and you're out rule. As the footage showed Bolt removing his vest in frustration immediately after the disqualification, the disappointment was palpable. I was in great shape, I was running fast, I was great, so was sure I was going to get the gold medal. Bolt reflected on that moment. So to know it's going to happen and then you lose, then not if lose, you don't make it to the finish line. It's hard. It's very hard. What makes Bolt's recent revelation even more intriguing is that he previously admitted considering a comeback for the Tokyo Olympics. Bolt has previously admitted that he considered coming out of retirement in 2019 for the Tokyo Olympics, but decided not to after his coach told him he wouldn't go with him, the report states. This suggests how seriously he contemplated extending his career. The podcast interview, part of PUMA's largest global brand campaign to date, offers fans unprecedented insight into Bolt's mindset. Julie Legrand, Global Senior Director, Brand Strategy and Communication at PUMA, explained, "The launch of our new Go Wild podcast allows our audience to delve deeper into PUMA's brand DNA, told through the lens of inspiring individuals who truly embody PUMA's philosophy." For the track and field community, Bolt's confession raises tantalizing questions about what might have been. Could he have extended his Olympic dominance to a fourth Games? Would his world records be even more untouchable? How would the competitive landscape of sprinting have evolved with Bolt still on the track? The timing of this revelation is particularly striking, as it comes when both the 100-meter and 200-meter world records, set by Bolt in 2009 at the World Championships in Berlin, remain unchallenged 16 years later. His 9.58 in the 100 meters and 19.19 in the 200 meters represented what commentator Steve Cram called the most incredible piece of sprinting the world has ever seen. As Bolt himself explained regarding his success, it's just dedication. I've always wanted more. I was never satisfied with what I had. I always wanted more, and I kept on pushing myself because I wanted to be the greatest. Now, in his own words, he reveals that perhaps he could have achieved even more, extending his legacy further had he continued for one more Olympic cycle. This admission has reverberated throughout the track world, forcing everyone to reconsider what the ultimate ceiling might have been for the most extraordinary sprinter in history. For a sport still searching for its next transcendent star, Bolt's words serve as a reminder of his unparalleled impact and the void his retirement created. A void that, as he now admits, perhaps didn't need to exist quite so soon.
But going very well indeed is Coleman. Now Simbini. Simbini turns on the afterburners. Simbini gets it. 9.99. Well, he took a while to get going, but Simbini, the man in full.
The world of track and field has been forever altered as South African sprint sensation Akani Simbine accomplishes what many considered impossible, surpassing Usain Bolt's remarkable record of consecutive seasons with sub-10-second performances in the 100 meters. This extraordinary achievement has fundamentally changed how we measure consistency and longevity in athletics' most prestigious event. For years, the sprinting world has measured greatness against Bolt's unprecedented dominance. When discussing the most impressive world records in sprinting history, the conversation typically centers on Bolt's legendary 9.58 seconds from the 2009 World Championships, where he became the only athlete ever to break 9.6 seconds in the 100 meters. Other contenders include Wade van Niekerk's astonishing 43.03 in the 400 meters at the 2016 Olympics, Florence Griffith Joyner's controversial 10.49 from 1988, Christian Coleman's 6.34 indoor 60-meter mark, or perhaps Letsail Tebogo's 30.69 in the 300 meters from 2024. While these singular performances capture lightning in a bottle, Bolt's greatness extended far beyond individual times. From 2008 through 2016, the Jamaican icon won both the 100 meters and 200 meters in every Olympics and World Championships he contested. Except for his untimely false start disqualification in the 2011 World Championships 100-meter final, a race he was heavily favored to win. His championship record remained spotless for nearly a decade. Bolt's triple-double, winning both the 100 meters and 200 meters at 3 consecutive Olympic Games, Beijing, London, and Rio, puts him in a category of his own. As the analysis notes, unlike any other athlete to ever compete, Bolt's accomplishments don't just stand out from his overall world records, he stands out because he was so good for so long. Among Bolt's many remarkable achievements was his consistency in breaking the 10-second barrier. the gold standard for male sprinters. From 2008 through 2017, Bolt recorded sub-10 performances in 10 consecutive seasons, a demonstration of sustained excellence that seemed untouchable. In 2025, Akani Simbine officially broke this record, recording sub-10 performances for an astonishing 11 consecutive seasons. This milestone represents one of the most incredible accomplishments in track and field this year, cementing Simbine's place among sprinting's all-time greats. What makes Simbine's achievement particularly remarkable is how dramatically his career trajectory differs from Bolt's. When Bolt first broke the 10-second barrier in May 2008, he didn't just edge under it. He obliterated it with a stunning 9.76 seconds on home soil in Kingston, Jamaica. As the analysis notes, while most would probably run a time of, say, 9.98 or 9.99 when breaking 10 for the first time, Bolt dropped a shocking 9.76. This performance put the world in a frenzy as many thought that this was just too good to be true. Yet Bolt continued his meteoric rise, breaking the world record just 28 days later with 9.72 seconds in New York, then lowering it again to 9.69 at the Beijing Olympics. By 2009, in only his second year of sub-10 performances, Bolt had already established his still-standing world record of 9.58 seconds. Simbine's journey represents almost the inverse progression. When we compare Simbine's running progression to Usain Bolt's 100 seasons, we can see that Simbine's progression is almost the exact opposite of what Bolt did. The analysis explains. For Bolt, his personal best came from 2009, only the second year after breaking 10 for the first time. But for Simbine, his personal best came from 2024 at 9.82, which, of course, is the second most recent season where he's broken 10 inches. This record-breaking consistency places Simbine in rarefied air among the all-time sprint greats. In the history of the men's 100 meters, Isafa Powell currently leads with 97 sub-10 performances, followed by Justin Gatlin, 64, Usain Bolt, 52, Maurice Green, 51, and both Johan Blake and Mike Rogers, 46. Simbine currently occupies 7th place with 45 career sub-10 finishes, a number that will likely increase by at least 3 or 4 more in 2025 alone. What makes Simbine's achievement even more poignant is that it comes despite a career that many consider unlucky when it comes to major championships. For Bolt, his sprinting record was quite pristine, taking the biggest titles with the fastest times that the world had ever seen. However, for Simbine, it's been a little bit more complicated, as his sprinting record has been one of the most unfortunate, getting so close so many times at every single global final, but ultimately, he still has yet to win a medal in the 100.
Akani Simbine, the only man under 10 seconds, and you're off to a brilliant start for the Diamond League season. How was the race for you?
Race felt good. I stumbled a bit after the 60. Had to catch myself, but happy with catching the wind.
But wait, there is more. Despite consistently reaching finals at the highest level, Simbine has repeatedly finished just outside the medals, often in 4th or 5th place. This championship drought finally showed signs of breaking in 2025 when Simbine claimed bronze in the 60 meters at the World Indoor Championships, securing his first individual global medal. It's very important to note that Simbine did win the bronze medal in this year's World Indoor Championships in the men's 60, meaning that he officially does have an individual global medal to his name. Early season results in 2025 suggest this breakthrough could extend to the 100 meters. Simbine currently ranks as the world's fastest man this year, having clocked 9.90 seconds into a minus 1.4 meters per second headwind at high elevation in Gaborone, Botswana. When adjusted for these challenging conditions, experts estimate this performance equates to approximately 9.84 up to 9.87 in neutral conditions. He reinforced this status by winning the first Diamond League meeting of the year in China's Xiamen Diamond League, where he was the only sprinter to break 10 seconds at this competition. This early season form has many experts believing 2025 to be the year where Simbine changes this narrative of championship near misses. Beyond his consistency, another underappreciated aspect of Simbine's excellence is his remarkable top-end speed. Analysis of the 2024 Olympic 100-meter final reveals that while Noah Lyles won gold with a time of 9.79 seconds thanks to an incredible closing 40 meters of 3.35 seconds, one of the fastest in history, Simbine closed his final 40 meters in just 3.36 seconds, only falling 0.01 seconds shy of what Lyles was able to accomplish. This places Simbine in an exclusive club of sprinters who have recorded such fast closing splits alongside legends like Usain Bolt, Tyson Gay, Johan Blake, and Justin Gatlin. As the analysis notes, we have only ever seen a handful of athletes that have broken 3.4 over the final 40, making Simbine's top speed all the more impressive. When comparing the careers of Bolt and Simbine, the contrast couldn't be more striking. Bolt's legacy is defined by dominance and championship success, while Simbine has written a different kind of legacy, one of remarkable persistence, consistency, and gradual improvement. While he hasn't claimed the global titles that defined Bolt's career, his longevity at the elite level has now surpassed even the Jamaican legends. As the sprinting world looks toward the remainder of the 2025 season, Simbine's record-breaking achievement has permanently altered how we evaluate greatness in the 100 meters. His 11 consecutive seasons breaking the 10-second barrier set a new standard for consistency and longevity that future generations of sprinters will aspire to match, proving that athletic greatness can be measured in multiple ways beyond championship gold medals.
Gout was the first name on the list as Athletics Australia announced its team for the Tokyo World Championships. The 17-year-old says he's super excited to run the 200 metres in his first senior international meet.
Gout, just 17, and already shaking up the world of athletics. Fresh off a record-breaking performance at the Australian Championships, he's now headed to the global stage. But it's not just his age that's turning heads. It's what he did that no one saw coming. Let's break it down. The Australian athletics community was shocked on Wednesday, April 23rd, as Athletics Australia confirmed 17-year-old sprint sensation Gout's selection for the upcoming World Athletics Championships in Tokyo this September. The announcement came following Gout's remarkable performance at the Australian Athletics Championships earlier this month, where he claimed his first national title in the 200 meters. The Queensland-based teenager clocked a wind-assisted time of 19.84 seconds in Perth to secure his position on the national team. This performance wasn't just impressive for his age, it registered as the second fastest time ever recorded by an athlete under 20 years of age under all conditions. The wind assistance means the time won't count for official record purposes, but the raw speed demonstrated has athletics experts taking serious notice. I'm super excited to be picked to run the 200 in Tokyo at the World Championships. That's what we've been aiming for, Gout said in a statement released by Athletics Australia. I'm looking forward to September being part of my first Australian senior team and looking forward to seeing what I can do against the best of the best. Gout's selection marks a significant milestone in what has already been an extraordinary athletic journey. In December last year, he broke the Oceanian record in the 200 meters with a time of 20.04 seconds, establishing himself as a genuine talent on the regional scene. Even more impressively, at the Australian All-Schools Championships in December 2024, Gout broke the under-16 200-meter world record previously held by none other than sprint legend Usain Bolt. But wait, there is more. The comparisons to the Jamaican great have been inevitable. Like Bolt, Gout has shown exceptional promise from a young age, and his rapid rise has made him the new poster boy for Australian track and field. This status carries particular significance with Australia set to host the Brisbane Olympics in 2032, where Gout could potentially be at the peak of his powers at age 24. The Tokyo World Championships, scheduled for September 13th to 21st, will represent Gout's first major international competition at the senior level. While his experience has largely been limited to the national circuit, he did secure a silver medal in the 200 meters at last year's World Athletics U20 Championships in Lima, Peru, indicating his ability to perform on the international stage. What makes Gout's story particularly compelling is his background. As the son of South Sudanese immigrants, he represents the changing face of Australian athletics and the increasing diversity within the country's sporting landscape. His success has been celebrated not just for his athletic achievements, but also for what it represents for multicultural Australia. The upcoming championships will present a formidable challenge for the young sprinter as he prepares to face established elite competitors. The field is expected to include the USA's reigning world 200-meter champion, Noah Lyles, and Botswana's Olympic gold medalist, Letsile Tebogo. For athletics enthusiasts, the prospect of seeing Gout compete against such decorated athletes has generated significant anticipation. Gout isn't the only young Australian talent heading to Tokyo. The team announcement highlighted the depth of emerging athletic prowess in the country, with several other promising competitors joining him on the squad. These include 21-year-old Lachlan Kennedy, a World Indoor Championship silver medalist, who will compete in the 100 meters. Also selected is 18-year-old Cameron Myers, who has been making waves in middle distance events. Myers recently broke the world under 20-mile record and took the 1,500-meter national title at the Perth Championships. At the prestigious Millrose Games in New York this February, he ran the fastest ever indoor mile among under 20 athletes with an impressive time of 3 minutes, 47.48 seconds.